Welcome back to Chris Can Cook. Tonight we're going to be making ginger chicken marsala. This ain't your mama's chicken marsala. So the ingredients you're going to need are pearl onions, chopped ginger, chopped garlic, Togarashi, salt, Marsala wine, and beef stock. And don't forget the chicken. First we're going to take our chicken and make scallopine out of it. You just cut your chicken breasts in 3 nice even pieces. We're doing 2 chicken breasts today. That will give us 6 pieces, which will be an ample portion for 3 adult meals. So once we get it all filleted out, we're going to take and place it into a Ziploc bag to pound out the chicken. So you open up your bag, place in 1 piece of chicken at a time, and then we're going to pound it. We're going to pound it real good.
Oh yeah, sounds good.
Once you get that pounded out real good, you're going to remove it from the bag, and you can see it's going to be nice, even thickness all the way through the chicken. Once you get them all pounded, we're going to go ahead and season that chicken up real good with some salt and our Togarashi. I'll put a link above to the video that shows you how to make the Togarashi. Or you could use the furikake one if you don't want it spicy. I like the spicy in this one. So you're going to do both sides of that chicken. You're going to make sure and season it nice and evenly. Salt and Togarashi on both sides. Then we're going to dredge them in flour. We're going to season that flour also with salt and Togarashi. And then we're going to just bread them, flour them, dust them off, and reserve them off to the side here. Once they're all breaded, then we're going to go ahead and start cooking them. Once you got them all breaded, we're going to add a little bit of olive oil to the saute pan. You can see and notice in the videos that I've been using non-stick skillets. You could use other skillets also, stainless, blue steel, which I preferably use. Mine are in storage right now, so I'm using non-stick skillet. So we got that on a medium-high heat. We got our chicken in there, it's bubbling nice. We're just going to let it brown on each side, nice and golden brown, as you can see there. Both sides nice and golden brown. And once they're both sides are nice and golden brown, you're going to remove them, place them on a paper towel, and reserve them for later to add back to the sauce. So you see all those little brown bits in the bottom and the flour kind of caramelizing in the bottom of the pan. That's good. You're going to want to leave that right in the pan after you get your chicken removed. And once the chicken's all done and removed, we're going to start building the sauce. We're going to add the shiitake mushrooms to the pan with a little bit of olive oil and all the fond from the chicken still in there. Some of your mushrooms are still a little chunky. You can go ahead and break them up at this point. We're going to get them in there and let them start to saute in the pan. Once they start sauteing, we're going to go ahead and season them with salt and a little bit more Togarashi. Once the Togarashi is in there and seasoned, and let it toast in there, give it a toss. It's going to get nice and aromatic. You'll be able to smell that Togarashi. Mushrooms are like sponges, so you might need to add a little bit more olive oil, just like so. Give it a toss. Make sure they're coated evenly, and they'll get nice and golden brown even throughout the mushrooms. Once they're all in there and nice and golden brown, we're going to add our ginger and garlic, good amount of both, about 2 tablespoons of each, garlic and ginger. Once they're in there, we're going to go ahead and give it a toss and toast the ginger and garlic with the mushrooms, get them nice and coated evenly, and they are going to be delicious. Once they're all done and seasoned, tossed like that, we're going to go ahead and add our pearl onions. Once the pearl onions are in there, we're going to go ahead and saute those in there for a minute or so. Let them start to get a little caramelized, get coated with that ginger and garlic, and get married in there and start getting nice and glazy. Once that's done, we're going to add our Marsala wine. About 1.5 cups to 2 cups of Marsala wine. And I like to reduce that down by about 2/3 or so, give or take. You don't want to reduce it down too much. You want to reduce out the alcohol, but you still want a little bit of that raw Marsala flavor. You don't want it to be too reduced. Once it's reduced by about 2/3, we're going to go ahead and add our beef stock. We're using 2 cups of beef stock, store-bought beef stock, low sodium. You could also make your own beef stock or chicken stock and use that as well. Once we get our stock in the pan, let that simmer for a little bit. We're going to go ahead and add our chicken back to the pan. The chicken's going to start to get nice and shiny and glossy as it's cooking in the broth now. And this flour that's on the chicken is going to help to thicken the sauce. As you'll see, we're just going to reduce it down, and we're going to add a little bit of soy sauce to season it rather than salt. Gives it a beautiful umami flavor. Works well with the ginger and garlic, obviously, but it also works wonders with the Marsala wine. Give it a taste, check the consistency, see where you're at. You want to reduce it down until it's getting nice and thick sauce consistency, which we've reached at this point. At this point, we're going to add our cold butter, diced cold butter. Add 2, 3, 4 tablespoons of butter, probably 3. Then you're just going to swirl that in there until the butter is melted and the sauce is thickened. Then we're going to go ahead and chop up a little bit of fresh basil from the garden. We sure are. And we're going to go ahead and add that to our sauce. This basil is going to give that sauce a nice kick. It's really going to tie the ginger and the garlic together with the Marsala wine and the soy sauce. It really finishes it off. Damn, that's good chicken Marsala. Now it's time to plate it up. I like to serve mine with a little bit of buttered noodles, which I've seasoned with a little bit of soy sauce. Just simple, easy, buttered noodles with soy sauce. Put that on the plate, make it pretty. If you got a girl over, or a boyfriend, whatever it may be, make it pretty. It's called sexy time. So you get your chicken on there. You can serve 2, serve 1. Either way, it's going to be delicious. Then we're going to ladle our sauce and mushrooms and pearl onions over the top. And just let it ooze out like that. Put a little bit on our pasta. Served it with a little bit of bok choy or spinach that's been sauteed with a little garlic and ginger also. We're going to top it off with a little bit of fresh basil. There you have it. That ain't your mama's chicken Marsala.